thousands of years before the rise of Egypt's pyramids, before the first kings ruled Mesopotamia, and before history was written into stone. There may have been a city unlike anything the ancient world had ever seen. A city that stood at the edge of a civilization now lost to time. A city remembered in myths, legends, and ancient flood stories found across nearly every culture on Earth. Then, according to those stories, the waters came. The world changed. Entire civilizations disappeared. And one city became the final witness to an age that history can barely remember. But what if that city was real? What if its ruins still exist beneath layers of mud, water, and forgotten centuries? And what secrets might still be buried there today? This is the story of the last city before the Great Flood, and the mysteries it refuses to surrender. Nearly every ancient civilization tells a remarkably similar story. A catastrophic flood, a warning, a chosen survivor, and a world washed clean. The Epic of Gilgamesh tells of Utnapishtim. The Bible tells of Noah. Ancient Greece tells of Deucalion. India speaks of Manu. Even cultures separated by oceans and thousands of years preserved memories of a great deluge. For centuries, historians dismissed these stories as myths. But modern science has uncovered evidence suggesting that massive floods did occur near the end of the last ice age. Around 12,000 years ago, glaciers began melting rapidly. Sea levels rose. Coastlines vanished. Entire regions that had once been dry land disappeared beneath the ocean. Some researchers estimate that millions of square kilometers of habitable land were lost. For the people living through those changes, it may have seemed as though the entire world was drowning. And somewhere among those disappearing landscapes may have stood a city destined to become legend. One location appears again and again in ancient traditions. A place known to the Sumerians as Eridu. Many historians consider Eridu to be one of humanity's oldest cities. But ancient texts describe it as something even more extraordinary. According to the Sumerian King List, Eridu was the first city ever granted kingship. The document begins with a remarkable statement. After kingship descended from heaven, kingship was in Eridu. To the Sumerians, Eridu was not simply a city. It was the beginning of civilization itself. The home of gods, priests, rulers, and sacred knowledge. Even more intriguing is what the ancient records say happened next. The list describes a sequence of rulers governing before a great flood destroyed the world. After the flood, civilization supposedly began again. Was this merely mythology? Or were the Sumerians preserving fragments of a memory far older than historians once believed? Excavations at Eridu have revealed layer upon layer of occupation stretching back thousands of years. Each generation built directly on top of the previous one. As archaeologists dug deeper, they were effectively traveling backward through time. And some discoveries suggested that sophisticated communities existed long before conventional timelines predicted. If a great flood truly transformed the ancient world, where would evidence of that world be found? The answer may be hidden beneath today's oceans. During the Ice Age, sea levels were more than 120 meters lower than they are today. Vast coastal plains existed where oceans now dominate the horizon. These coastal regions would have been ideal locations for early settlements. Rich fishing grounds, fertile river valleys, access to trade routes. Exactly the places where ancient civilizations would thrive. Yet today those landscapes lie underwater. Researchers have discovered submerged structures off the coasts of India, Japan, and the Mediterranean. Some remain controversial. Others continue to spark fierce debate among archaeologists. Are they natural formations? Ancient settlements? Or remnants of civilizations erased by rising seas? The challenge is simple. Finding evidence underwater is extraordinarily difficult. For every city preserved on land, countless others may now rest beneath waves that swallowed them thousands of years ago. And if a final city existed before the flood, it may be hidden where few have ever looked. Ancient floods do not only destroy, sometimes they preserve. When cities are suddenly buried beneath sediment, artifacts can remain untouched for thousands of years. Archaeologists have uncovered entire streets, homes, and temples preserved by catastrophic events. Each discovery offers a glimpse into lost worlds. Imagine what might still lie hidden beneath layers of flood deposits. Ancient libraries, maps, records of forgotten rulers, evidence of technologies or knowledge we do not yet understand. Perhaps the greatest mystery isn't what we have found, it's what remains buried. Every year, new discoveries push civilization's timeline further into the past. Sites once believed impossible are now accepted as historical fact. And each discovery forces researchers to ask an uncomfortable question. How much of humanity's story has been lost? If an advanced society existed before rising seas reshaped the planet, its traces may be scattered across continents and hidden beneath oceans. Waiting, silent, undisturbed. Perhaps the most fascinating possibility is that flood myths were never intended as literal histories. They may have served another purpose. A warning. A message passed from generation to generation. Remember what happened. Do not forget. Ancient cultures often preserved important events through stories rather than written records. Long before books existed, memory was survival. If entire communities witnessed catastrophic flooding, those experiences would naturally become legends. Over time, facts blend with symbolism. Real places become sacred cities. Historical leaders become heroes. Natural disasters become acts of gods. Yet beneath the myth, a kernel of truth may remain. That possibility explains why flood stories continue to captivate us. They are more than tales of destruction. They are echoes of humanity's deepest memory. A memory of a world transformed. Today, the search continues. Beneath deserts, under rivers, across ancient coastlines, and deep beneath the sea. Archaeologists, geologists, and explorers are still piecing together clues from humanity's distant past. Some believe the mystery will eventually be solved. Others think the final evidence may never be found. But one fact remains undeniable. The ancient world was far more complex than we once imagined. Cities have vanished. Civilizations have disappeared. Entire chapters of history have been erased. And somewhere, perhaps beneath layers of mud, stone, or ocean floor, the last city before the Great Flood may still exist, waiting to reveal what happened in humanity's forgotten age. Because the greatest mystery may not be whether the flood occurred. The greatest mystery is what existed before it. And until that answer is found, the past remains unfinished. What do you think? Were the ancient flood stories based on real events? Could a lost civilization have existed before recorded history? Or are these legends simply humanity's way of explaining a changing world? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy mysteries, lost civilizations, and forgotten history, subscribe for more cinematic documentaries exploring the secrets our past still hides.